church. I can't believe it's been 6 months since I've been back from Kenya already. It seems like just yesterday I was there and my life was completely different. I'm in Redding, California now, doing Bethel School of Ministry, getting more ministry, hands-on ministry training to go back out into the missions field, but I'll talk about that later. Kenya, I went to Kenya because the Lord told me to go, really. The first time I went, I kind of fell in love in a way with just how He spoke to me and how He moved there. And so when He told me to go back, I was like, yes, Lord. The fact that I got to work with orphans was just a bonus. But really, He called me there to learn more about His heart and His character. And I really feel like I did. I learned not only so much about myself, but so much about His love and just like His patience and His perseverance. Because of all of the trials and things I went through while I was there, I just learned an abundance of who He is. The children moved into the home, as many of you know, in January of 2013, and I became a mom overnight of 17 kids. It was a challenge. After being there for 2 weeks, I had a breakdown, and I was like, I can't do this, Jesus. It's too much. I took them to school. I bought their food. I took them to the doctors. I managed their schedule, helped them with their homework, cooked, went for walks with them. We became a family, and before I knew it, I loved each and every one of them to pieces. And the Lord really taught me how to be vulnerable and open up my heart, because when you work with children, you cannot lie to them. They know when you are being genuine. I got to see them open up and them learn how to have fun in a way that they had never known before. They got to become children and to really learn what it means to be a child of God. We got to walk them through their identity and show them that the things that had happened to them in their past didn't define their futures. The Lord really showed me how to teach them, how to walk with them. I would draw on the floor what it means to be a son or daughter of the King of Heaven, like what it means to walk in His power and in His light and in His presence. And through doing that, the Lord showed me so much more about Himself. I may have shared this story with you before, but one day, one of my 7-year-olds decided that he was going to run away, that he didn't like our rules, and he wanted to be a free man. And so little Kevin just decided he was running away one day, and so he went out the front gate, down the road, and of course I went after him, and I caught up to him and just started walking with him and singing, and before you know it, he was holding my hand, and we're just walking down the street, and I stopped, and I knelt down on the ground beside him, and I just said, Nina kupenda wewe, which means I love you. And he smiled, in an instant, and then he remembered that he was mad at me, and so he frowned at me again. But I wondered if he had ever heard that before in his life, and just the power of the words and how he reacted. And that was the moment that I realized that I had to love them on purpose, and that in doing so it would transform them. And so just seeing the power of God's love transform 17 broken children into a family. They started fighting for one another instead of fighting with each other. And going on family outings, we took them camping for the first time, and they just having that experience outside of the normal, and just really becoming a family unit. It transformed their lives. They went from being sad children to happy, abundant living family. Charity, when she first came to us from the Pokot tribe, which was different from the rest of the children, and she could barely speak Swahili, much less English, and she went from being angry all the time, hostile, not knowing how to love, not knowing how to receive love, and she was kind of violent, actually, to being number one in her class and taking care of the little girls, and just like mama's little helper. She was so precious and she was so cute. Not only did she change on the inside, but she grew about 3 inches in the span of a year, maybe even more than that, and just she became a bright little star you would never know. So yeah, just that transformation made the whole trip worth it. The Lord truly worked in their lives and in my life. Christmas last year will be something I'll never forget. They had so many presents and a Christmas tree. We actually cut down a Christmas tree, which is actually illegal in Kenya. I didn't know that, but we did that, and yeah, it was magical. And so in leaving, I could tell that my work was done, that my job was to create a home and a family and to get it all established, and it was. And the Lord really, He did a working there, and He's continuing to do a working there, and in me. And so yeah, my next plan after this is to start a home in India, not a children's home, but a mission house. And so we'll just see what the Lord does, and whenever He decides to take me there. So I'm really excited. I will see you this Christmas, and so I'm excited to see you. Bye.